Welcome to the Wake Up Show. Here comes the trivia.
Yes, here comes the trivia. We're live. We've finally got it working. Had some technical difficulties there for the last 5 or so minutes, so I do apologise for that. Nobody's joined us as yet, but we're here. So come on in, people. Come on in. I've got a feeling we're not getting any love from... This is the right one, Beanie? Yes, finally. Some technical difficulties there. Software not working the way it should. Not firing on the pre-scheduled alerts stream there. So, yes, it's a pain. I don't know how we're going to get people in here now because it probably didn't send out my usual Twitter alert. Hopefully the multiple alerts. Yeah. I had a bunch. I had a lot of misfires there tonight. It's just me and Beanie here tonight. My software's not quite working the way it should. Brains of Technology has just joined us. Thank you for coming past the stream. I'm just going to wait a few minutes to let people come in off that little bit of technical difficulties there. So let me just sort out some information here on the screen so that we can get going. And of course, it's all about the trivia. And that's not working because that's muted. It's all a barrel of laughs here tonight. Let's do that again.
Here comes the trivia.
Now I'm a little bit flustered. I was just casually eating my pizza at 5 minutes before the stream. I wandered over to the computer and pressed the go button and it didn't go. Help. But we've got a couple in the house. I can see... I'm not getting the full information on my comments and reactions screen here on Ecamm Live tonight, but I can see on my iPad here we should have five people total watching, which I guess one is me because I've got it on my iPad. We can see Beanie, we can see Brains of Technology. Welcome to the stream. Midnight Madness has made it. Everybody's found the stream. Yes, a lot of false starts today. And I'm getting alerts now, so it might be coming through. Beanie's tweeted out for me. Beanie, you're a legend. Legend indeed. All right. A few false starts, but we're gonna crack on with it. We're gonna crack. Lily Tree's in the house. Everybody's finding it now. Yes, we had a few technical difficulties at the start. It just wouldn't fire on the pre-scheduled event, and so I just had to go live as a brand new event, and getting that going was a little bit difficult. Sweeney Dunstan Gaming says, that was odd. I joined, but it did a strange thing. There was probably multiple false start streams out there, so hopefully all is good. Now I'm just going to take a sip of my Pepsi before we get cracking. So my apologies for the technical difficulties that fired a few false streams out there on my channel. I'll go and get those tidied up, hopefully, after the stream. Yes. And welcome to the Wake Up Show. If you missed the intro, maybe I should just roll it again, because most people weren't here, but that's okay. Let's give a few shout-outs. Beanie Draws is in the house. Brains of Technology, of course, is here. Midnight Madness. Lily Tree has joined us. Sweeney Dunstan Gaming. DRF Jesse says, what do you do? I don't do streaming very well, apparently. A few technical difficulties tonight. But the stream is, as saying here, it's a wake-up stream. This is the pre-nimmin live show coming up at 9 a.m. Eastern US time. Nick and D Nimmin will be going live over on Nick Nimmin's channel, of course. This is just to wake people up about an hour beforehand, get their brains working, and, of course, we do trivia. Now, speaking of trivia, everything looks good to go on my end. Beanie says we found our way here in the end. That's good to know. But yet tonight's shirt, of course, I'm repping the Daryl Eves 24/5 IRL, if I can say it properly, live stream shirt that I got about a week ago. So first opportunity to wear it and represent. Last week, I think I was wearing my own merch. The week before, I was wearing the Beanie Drawers merch, which I got a miniature version of right there behind me. And it's all about the merch. I'll wear something that represents every week if I can. I will probably be repeating up unless I get some more shirts. Got to get my hands on some sweet Nimminati shirts as well. So we'll be cracking on that very, very soon. So how's everyone's week been? Creator-wise or otherwise? Give me a something in the chat to say how your week's been, just to break the ice today before we get into the trivia, which we will get to the first trivia question in just a second. And there's one other thing I'm going to highlight before we get started on the trivia as well. So we'll jump to that in just a second. Here we go. Beanie has just posted, I just noticed your sub count. Think we can get you over the 1K mark before the end of the year? Well, it's very possible. I jumped up since, I think, Thursday. I was just under 900, so now I'm up to, I think, about 911, give or take, of course. Give or take. It's possible. It's possible. It just depends on what happens. I need to pump out the content, of course. I've got a video dropping, the first of a new series dropping on my Monday evening, so that would be US Monday morning. It'll be dropping. I've got it uploaded, ready to go, and my hopes is that I can keep cranking out some content. The last few weeks have been a little bit short on the ability to edit. I've got a few things in the can. I just got to put them together. So that's what's happening here over on the channel. Midnight Madness is going to be right back. He's going to go grab a coffee. That coffee is necessary for the wake-up stream, that's for sure. Lily Tree says she's just editing her latest video now. FRT Stealth is in the house. Welcome to the stream. I need to remember people are coming in and commenting. I need to highlight the comments. Sweden Does the Game, he says, creator-wise, I stopped the series and focused on my game server making plans for a new series. So a bit of background work happening there. All right. Beanie saying, let's do this. Let's get it happening. Now, speaking of let's getting stuff happening, before we get to the trivia, I'm going to go over to this screen here. Hopefully all is well, ready to show up. Here we go. Over here, over here, Nick Nimmin is 506 away from his 300,000 subscribers. It'd be really pretty. You know what I reckon? I reckon it'd be pretty cool if he hits that sometime during Nimmin Live tonight. That would be awesome. So what I recommend we do now, there's not a lot of people here, but you know, every subscriber helps. Every tweet, every share helps. So instead of tweeting out, sharing my stream tonight, or you can do that too. You can do both. How about between now and the early part of the Nimmin Live tonight, the next probably hour and a half, let's tweet out to get people over to Nimmin Live, first of all, and for them to subscribe. I'd really love to see Nick hit that 300,000 subscribers during Nimmin Live tonight. Nimmin Live will be probably going 3, 4, 5 hours anyway. So, there's ample opportunity for those subscribers to go. I can see it's just popped up one subscriber. So if it was one of you, thank you very much. But yeah, I'm spruiking Nick because he's done a lot for me. So I'm going to do this for Nick tonight. So I don't expect to hit that 300,000 during my stream, but I reckon he could hit it during his stream. It's possible. He could get an influx as people come into his stream tonight. So let's hope that ticks over. It's I've been watching it for a few hours now, sort of just been fluctuating around the 490 mark. It's starting to go up a little bit now. So let's get it cracking for Nick tonight. We'll come back and check that out. It's just gone down one, but we'll just come back and check that out a little later and get on with that. And also, Predictor's in the house. Welcome. Hello, Predictor. Welcome to the stream. We're going to get cracking on the first trivia question tonight because it's the wake-up stream. And as my friend Mike says,
here comes the trivia.
And we're about to hit that. So let's go over to the trivia question arena here. Here we go. And as you can see, the question is going to appear below. So in just a second, here it comes. And this one is a geography question. So put on your geography hats. And I'm going to put the question up, then we'll shout out a few more people who are popping in. Which Spanish island is known as the Island of Eternal Spring? Which Spanish island is known as the Island of Eternal Spring? It's an obscure one. You probably haven't heard this one before, but you'll probably know the island when you hear the name. So put your guesses in the chat right now. And while we're doing that, I'm going to shout out those who have just come in. Simply Beth has just joined us. Here we go. Launchpad Astronomy. Christian's in the house. Welcome. I think we've shouted out everybody. Unless you're lurking and you haven't commented, then I can't shout you out. All right, let's see. Let's bring those answers in. Start popping them in the chat. Have a guess. Google it. Whatever you need to do. For my stream, spelling. I'm not going to judge you on spelling. If you get one letter wrong or something like that, as long as it's obviously the answer. And don't forget, Nimmin Live now does one tip trivia. So the questions that I do in tonight's stream are likely going to appear later in Nimmin Live. And what happens is, if you're the first person to get that answer correct during Nimmin Live, you'll get Nick to look at your channel and give you one tip. And that will happen throughout the stream. That won't be like at the end of the stream like the old trivia. This will be peppered. And we say peppered, little P, plosives on the mic there, peppered throughout the Nimmin live stream. Unless they decide to do something different. But that's what happened last week, and it worked pretty well. So let's start hitting up the answers. I can see the first answer I see is from Launchpad Astronomy. It says Las Canarias, which I think is supposed to be the Canary Islands. That is... Lily Tree says, not Ibiza then. Predictor has gone with Tenerife. I think these are all technically Spanish islands, so I'll take your word for it. Beanie Draws is also going with Tenerife. We have a suburb here in Brisbane called Tenerife, by the way. I think it's spelled with two Fs. Whereas the island is spelled exactly as Beanie has put it there, I believe. I think. Here we go. Simply Best says, I love that idea. One tip trivia. Yeah. I believe I get credit for that title too. One tip trivia, if you can say it properly. I got credit for coming up with that title. It's now used throughout Nimmin Live, so yay for me. Gord Eisman gets Nimminati. I get one tip trivia. You know, I think it's fair. All right. Because we have a smaller crowd in tonight, we're going to get straight into the answer because I think everybody who wants to have a go has probably had a go. And here it is. And what we usually do? We usually do a drum roll, don't we? Where's my drum roll? Here we go. We always start with a drum roll first question. And the answer is... Tenerife. If you said Tenerife, you are correct. Give yourself a pat on the back. Remember that answer because it could come up in Nimmin Live later on. It's as simple as that. That's how trivia works on the Wake Up Show. We do trivia and we keep it simple. And you learn something along the way and then you can use it later as knowledge to gain yourself a one-tip trivia on Nimmin Live. I'm going to hide that away and I'm going to go straight to the next question. Actually, let me make sure my chat is right at the bottom. Oh, check this out. FRT Stealth says, I'm in Tenerife right now on holidays. I hope you're having a wonderful time in the land of eternal spring, Tenerife. So, enjoy your time there. It's probably a lot warmer than other parts of the Europe there. Tenerife being, of course, down in the Atlantic Ocean, a little bit further south, closer to the equator. Now, I'm getting into geography big time. I sound like a geography teacher. All right, here we go. Next question. Right into it tonight. Who was the first person to travel into space? Not necessarily land on the moon or anything, but first person in a capsule to go into space, do some orbits. Launchpad might have the upper hand on this one. Who's the first human to travel into space? Pop your answers in the chat right now. And we'll hit back into the chat while we're waiting for those answers to pop in. Predictor says, my next video is currently in the rendering process. It's always good when you get to that point because you know you're nearly done. Render it, check it out, make sure it's all good. I'm glad I checked my last one because I was doing a lot of screen sharing and tutorial style in my next video. I had to blank out a lot of personal information like email addresses and stuff. And first pass through, I missed some timings a little bit, so I had to go back and tighten those timings up a bit. So it always pays to check your first render just to make sure that it is exactly as you've edited it, because sometimes it does weird stuff. Here we go. And Simply Beth says, I've never heard of Tenerife. Well, now you have. Sweeney Dunstan says, I'm with Beth. Simply Best said, No Fair Christian is here. So let's see what answers are coming in, because I can see answers are coming in. And as I suspected, Launchpad Astronomy was first in with an answer. Yuri Gagarin. And Lily Tree soon followed up with the same answer. Slightly different spelling, but that's okay because we're not judging on spelling here. But remember, on Nimmin Live, note the correct spelling of the answer, if this is the correct answer when it comes up, because the spelling is crucial to being marked correct. You could be the first one in, but if you get the spelling wrong, D will pass you over. Predictor has added in a middle name as well. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. It looks like, let's have a crack at it. Alexeyevich. Yuri Alexeyevich Gagarin. Sounds Russian. Sounds Russian to me. Lily Tree says some chimp went first, though, I think. Yes, but unfortunately, a chimp is not a human. We make it easy for you. What was the name of the first living being to travel in space? Freckles the monkey. I have no idea. No idea of what the monkey's name was, chimp or anything else. All right, so we've had everybody who's had a guess has gone with Yuri Gagarin. So I'm not seeing any more answers coming in. So we're going to go and check out those. We're going to go check out the answer in about 10 to 15 seconds from now. Give people a last minute chance. I'll take a sip of my Pepsi and then we'll be right into it. Oh, I got ice in my mouth. All right. Who was the first human to travel in space? And if you said this answer, then you'd be correct. And the answer is... it's always delayed, that one. Yuri Gagarin. So, Yuri Gagarin, pat yourselves on the back. Everybody who had a crack had the right answer. So, well done. Absolutely wonderful. And before we go to the next one, let's just change the scene here for a second. Open's channel. As you know, he's very close to 300. Now there he's gone up a little bit. We're on 299,497. So he's only 503 subscribers away from 300,000. So it'd be really great for him to hit that 300,000 sometime during Nimmin Live tonight. Every subscriber helps. Nick Nimmin brings value. So if you're a creator and you haven't subscribed to Nick Nimmin, then you need to be over and subscribe to Nick Nimmin because he comes up with quality content. 2 videos a week usually. The live stream Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. Eastern, and packed full of value. You'd be crazy not to subscribe to Nick Nimmin. And Nick, he's closing in. Video influencers, Benji and Sean, they only just hit 400,000 this week. So Nick's only 100,000 away, and he's a solo act. There's 2 of them, and they're only up 400,000. So consider that. Anyway, let's get back to the trivia, shall we? All right. Okay, we got another sciencey question. We've had a geography. We've had a space-based question. Now let's have some more science. The atmospheric temperature at which water vapor begins to condense and form dew is called what? The atmospheric temperature at which water vapor begins to condense and form dew is water droplets, of course, is called what? If you know the answer, or if you've looked it up on Google and want to have a go, or you just want to take a complete guess, put your answer in the comments right now. Let's see what people come up with. What is the atmospheric temperature at which water vapor begins to condense? What is it called? It's got a special name. Here it comes. Here it comes. I got to highlight this message. We need to do a sub count live stream for Nick Nimmin versus T Series. Yeah, we'll get other people. Oh, T Series. They'll jump in and then they'll. Oh, who's this Nick Nimmin guy? I just set off Siri. I just set off Siri on my phone that I'm streaming Nick's live subscriber count to. That was really odd. I don't know what I said. Maybe it was when I said, it was T Series. Yeah, set it off again. When I say that, it sets off Apple's device there. I don't want to say her name. You got me, Beanie. You got me. You made me say. Here we go. We've got some answers coming in. Let's go to the answers first. Launchpad again, first in with the answer with dew point. And Sweeney came in straight after, also with dew point. And Simply Beth has also gone with dew point. These are all good answers. Lily Tree, condensation point. Dan Norton's in the house. Welcome, Dan Norton. I've got the shirt and I'm repping the 24/5 IRL live stream, Dan. There we go. Just for you and Daryl. And let's see. Predictor has just said condensation. Getting back to the trivia question, of course. A bunch of hey Dan's coming in there. And I think that's it for... And we've got a bit extra information from Launchpad right now. It says, at least in the US, is often referred to as dew point, but condensation point is more accurate. There you go. So if you said either or, you might both be correct. That's basically what we've come down to at the moment. So let's have a look. There was something I wanted to pull up before we get to the answer. Predictor did. I want to acknowledge Predictor, of course. He says, Doug, you're just 90 subs away from 1,000 subs. Thank you. I'm getting close. So, yeah, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure to subscribe. It's not all about trivia on Saturday mornings. It's about tech for content creation platforms. I talk a lot about YouTube these days, it seems. And we talk about tech things in general. I love anything to do with tech for content creation, whether it's microphones, the old iPads, cameras, tripods, web live streaming, podcasting, anything that's content related. Then that's what we cover on this channel. So, and if you have any ideas what you want covered, make sure you put that in the comments below after the stream, of course, or you can put it in the chat. I should see it. Of course. All right, let's get to the answer of this question, then we can carry on with the chat. Here we go. Let me read the question one more time. The atmospheric pressure... not pressure, temperature. The atmospheric temperature at which water vapor begins to condense and form dew is called what? And the answer, well, the official answer for me is... dew point. So if you said dew point, we'll allow condensation point as well. We had a lot of extra information there from Launchpad to confirm that dew point and condensation point are pretty much the same thing. So there you go. We're going to keep on cracking through the trivia in just a second. I just want to check the chat to make sure I haven't missed anything. Here we go. Lovely. And Pam is in the house. I just saw Pam come in. Pam says, hey, hey, and we say, hey, hey, right back. Let's get straight to the next question because I want to give you some I want to give you a quality amount of trivia questions so that you're prepared every opportunity for one tip trivia later tonight on Nimmin Live. So the next question is, St. Patrick's Day was originally associated with what colour? St. Patrick's Day was originally associated with what colour? The key word in this one is this one right here. Originally. Have a guess, or if you know the answer, put it in the chat, look it up on Google, whatever you want to do. Let's do it right now. St. Patrick's Day was originally associated with what colour? We certainly know what colour it's associated with today, but what was it originally? And I see G's in the house, so hello G, welcome to the stream. Lily Tree says, the clue is in the question. Absolutely it is. The clue is in the question. I've got colours coming in, so let's go. First answer I have is from G, of course. He says green. Pam says, how did I get beanies? I didn't click on beanies. Beanie says black. Okay, Beanie says black. And back up to Pam says blue. Lily says green, surely. Launchpad says black. Sweeney Dunstan Gaming says gold. We're getting a lot of colours here. Beanie said black. That's the one that somehow came up by itself. Simply Best says, I don't know, but we love St. Paddy's Day in my family. To be sure. Predictor has gone with blue. Pam says, oh, gold sounds good. Beanie has gone with sky blue. After saying black before, now changed to sky blue. Yellow is in the house, but yellow's answer is not yellow, but the answer is blue, according to yellow. If you follow that, then you're doing well. Yellow says blue. Welcome to the stream, Yellow. I'm just waiting a second to see if anybody else wants to have a go. That was a good participation. That one, everybody had a crack. They wanted to put in their favourite colour, or they looked it up, or they knew the answer. And here we go. Shall we see? Or Beanie has just qualified his sky blue to more of a dark, rich blue. So we had a very wide range of answers there. So let's see what... Who's on first? Exactly. Okay, St. Patrick's Day was originally associated with what colour? Now, if you said this answer, give yourselves a pat on the back. Remember it for Nimmin Live later. It might just come up. And I think if you got this answer right, you deserve this sound effect. The answer is... blue. So if you said blue, pat on the back. There was a few blues in there. There was quite a few different shades of blue from Beanie, of course. So yeah, the answer was blue. Fancy that. I didn't know that until I found this question. Let's remove those from the screen. I see the 30-minute alert has just gone out for Nimmin Live, coming up in 30 minutes' time. We're going to try and be done in about 23 minutes' time, give or take. All right, we've a bit of a sciencey feel tonight. Another science question. Let's go straight into it because I want to bring the trivia, as my friend Mike says.
Here comes the trivia.
Here we go. What igneous, and I think I pronounced that correctly from my remembering my school days. What igneous rock has a density less than water? What igneous rock has a density, not destiny, density less than water? Pop it in the chat right now if you know the answer. It's an igneous rock and has a density less than water. There we go. And as Darth Vader said, it is your density. All right, let's hit the chat and see what we come up with. We got some emojis coming in from Yellow. I'm going to highlight some emojis just to fill the time. There's a lot of blue dots and diamonds there. I don't know. That's probably to do with, hey, blue is the answer. Go blue. All right, we got some real answers coming in for the trivia question now. First one I can see is Launchpad says basalt. Sweeney Dunstan Game, he says, I forget, which you're inferring that you once knew the answer. Lily Tree says, ask a very important question. What is an igneous rock? I have no idea. I remember the word at school. Ask me to define it. I have no idea. G says, I don't know how to name it on English. The predictor says, Felsic. Pam says, floateous rock. Pam says, lily tree, stuff made in fire. There you go. Igneous rock is stuff made in fire. Or a rock made in fire, I guess. Predictor has gone with pumice. Sweeney does the game. He says, it's been so long, 15 years. Yeah, it's been a long time since I was in school learning this sort of things. Lily Tree says, I'm ignorant about igneous. Oh, that's a mouthful. You're making me do word calisthenics here. Don't do that to me. Beanie asks a very important question. How do you come up with these questions? Do you just randomly select them from an app or something? Now, I'm not going to reveal my source, but let me just say I get them online. I don't want to reveal my source because people might go looking them up and sort of studying every known question on the particular site and finding out the answers before I even know the questions. Yeah, I get them online. I go to a website, I get them online. I don't have time to read books and go, oh, that sounds like a good question. I'll write that down. I go to a website and I prepare them. I said, that's a good question for the stream. I'll select that one. Thank you very much. That's my process. Let's see if we've got any more answers. Hang on, I pulled the wrong one. That one. Sweeney Dunstan Game, he says, I remember hollow rock. Igneous rocks cool from molten minerals, aka lava. That makes sense. Midnight says, yeah, kind of like D saying, one tip trivia. Yeah, it can be a mouthful if you're saying it often. One after the other. One tip trivia. Yes. And I think everyone's had a crack at that. Now, the answer I think I saw maybe once in the chat, so it was a very broad answered question. There may be more than one answer to it, but the answer I got is this one that's coming up now. And I think we're back to the drum roll for this one. And the answer is pumice. There was one answer for pumice. And I believe that was the predictor said pumice. Now, I don't know if any of the other answers are the same thing as pumice or something similar that would also have a density less than water. Basically, it has to be a rock that floats. Now, pumice floats on water because it's less dense than water, which is hence why it's the correct answer. So if there's any other rocks that also float, then that would also be a correct answer. But the official answer that I have is pumice. There we go. Let's clear the board once again. I think it's time to check in with our subscriber count for Nick Nimmin again. Let's head on over there. And we're right on 299.50. 500. 299 550. Oh my goodness. 299 500. So only 500 to go for Nick to hit that 300,000. So he could potentially do it during the live stream, the Nimmin Live live stream tonight. You never know. So make sure that you get as many people over onto that stream tonight as can, and encourage them to subscribe. If they're a creator and they're not following Nick Nimmin, then they need to be encouraged to do so. Okay, who just unsubscribed because of my pitch? Come on. All right, let's head back to the trivia. Let's see what everyone's saying here before we hit the next trivia question. Sweeney Dunstan says pumice is delicious in a calzone. Okay. The predictor says Felsic has less density, but it can't float on water. Yeah, I thought there might be a possibility there might be more than one. Here we go. Lily Tree says geology is her kryptonite. Geology. Yellow says it's midnight in Australia. Yeah, in some parts of Australia it's 12:39. It's 11:39 where I am. I'm an hour behind some of the other people on the east coast of Australia. So I'm just before midnight. Some of them are just after midnight. Some have just hit midnight. People in South Australia, hello. I hope Sunday is looking good for you. And guys over in Western Australia, still in Saturday like me. I'll finish off this stream and I'll still be in Saturday, but once Nick Nimmin starts, it'll be Sunday for me too. That's confusing, isn't it? Time zones are confusing. Midnight says, "Come on, Doug, you're costing Nick subscribers." I'm trying to hustle for Nick. He doesn't really need me to hustle, but that's okay. I just wanted to make it a thing on the stream. I just wanted to promote somebody who's about to hit a milestone. So he says, "Oh wait, that was hummus I was thinking of. Hummus rhymes with pumice." All right. And people are starting to say what time it is where they are. Predictor says it's 7:10 p.m. in India. 7:10 p.m. It's the early evening. Now let's see what the next question is, shall we? It's another geography question tonight. Geography. I don't know if anybody is from this particular country, because then you might know the answer. What is the second largest country by landmass? What is it? So it's not population, but landmass. What is the second largest country by landmass? You'll be surprised what the answer is. I should have put that on the thumbnail. That could be my title. Bizarre trivia questions. You would never guess the answers. So, yeah, if you know the answer to this question, the second largest country by land mass, put it in the chat right now. So we don't want the biggest, we want the second largest. And we're saying country. So country is just defined by the borders of the country, not a continent. We're not talking about a continent. We're talking about just the country. And as the answers start coming in, we'll get ready to highlight those. And we'll start with, we'll just go through them as they come in. G is going with Russia. Russia is a plausible answer, I would think. That's a plausible answer. And then also jumped on India. Even out of those two answers, which one would be bigger? I would suspect Russia's bigger by landmass, but let's continue. Launchpad says Greenland. Yeah, is Greenland a country or is it just an island? That's interesting. But we're looking for a country. Regardless, we're looking for a country. And again, it probably applies to this answer from simply about Antarctica. Antarctica is not actually a country, it's a continent. It's administered by many countries, like including Australia, the US, New Zealand, some South American countries. I think even France and the US and some European countries have a bit of a little stake, a bit of a claim to portions of it for science and research purposes, but none of it actually belongs to any official country. So it's an interesting one because it's a continent, not a country. Yellow is pondering the answer, does not have a country, but says, Predictor has gone with Canada. That's an interesting one. Lilytree says Canada as well. That's interesting. Midnight Man says, heck, I don't even know when the last time I looked at a globe or a map. Yeah, and these days we tend to, if we're looking at a map, it tends to be on like a device like Google Maps or something, and you sort of just pan around looking at sections at a time, zooming in, zooming out. A good old map on a wall or a globe. I haven't seen a globe in real life for a long time. Let's see if we've got any more answers coming in. G has defined, says, I think Russia, not India. So he's going to go with the Russia one. Yellow says it's either the USA or Canada. Sweeney Dunstan Gaming says Pluto. That's a far out answer. Pam says, I would pick Russia number 1, possibly Canada. It's massive. Launchpad says Canada might be right. So we're looking for the second largest country by landmass. I didn't look up. What I should have done is looked up to see who the first was. I don't know who the first was, but we might be able to surmise who the first could possibly be. We could probably have a guess at that as well because I don't have that officially yet. So somebody could Google which is the biggest country by landmass. So we're looking for country, not continent, not island, but country, defined by its official borders. So let's see what we've got. Oh, Beanie is good with South Africa. Very good, Beanie. Thank you for that answer. She says, Beanie is South Africa a country? I can vouch that South Africa is in fact a country because I spent 4 months in South Africa in 2006. So that is why I can't do South Africa. I can't do a South African accent. Very good. But yes, South Africa is definitely a country. And funnily enough, it's right at the bottom of Africa. It's at the southern tip of Africa. And it's called South Africa. The capital of South Africa is Pretoria. Oh, a few people jumping in the chat now. I can see, let's just do the couple of shout-outs before we reveal the answer. Studio Geek 32, hey. Hashplay. First is Russia, I guess. It could possibly be. I don't officially know the answer. Hoping someone's going to look that up while I'm running the stream. I'm not going to take time out to look that up. The countdown clock is counting down. I've just got it floating there tonight. And let us reveal the answer right now because I want to reveal the answer. And oh, what's that one? Oh, I can't remember what that is. Hopefully that's yeah. Maybe I can't use that sound effect. Let's go to this one. And the answer is, what is the second largest country by land mass? Canada. Big shout out to everyone watching in Canada tonight. You live in a country that is second largest by land mass. Your homework for next week, this is for everybody. Come back and tell me next week what is the biggest country by land mass. I will know the answer by then and you can come back and tell me. Homework. Oh no, it's a live stream, not homework. All right, let's hit the chat really quick and because things are coming through here. I've lost my place. Midnight Madness says, I thought I wasn't going to make into either streams this morning. Only got 4 hours of sleep. Was helping my sister and brother-in-law's dogs. They were lost. One returned home last night and I found the other this morning about an hour ago. The old search and rescue at night time. Video Zeus in the house. He says, made it. And is lit as well. There's a little lit emoji or fire emoji. Beanie's correcting himself in chat about South Africa and South America. Hashplay, he's done the homework already. He says, I checked, and first is Russia. So whoever said Russia, pat on the back, because Russia was actually number one. Lovely, lovely. Launchpad is also confirming that. Hashtag Doug's dodgy sound effects. Oh, I don't know how to take the dodgy part of that. I don't know if I should be happy or not. Studio Geek 32 says, I'm dropping an album this weekend. I have a YouTube milestone, 580. I can't even read. Subscribers. Oh, well done. Well done. Predictor, channel grading, ? Channel grading is definitely coming up in Nimmin Live. I don't actually have time to do any channel grading because our countdown clock is counting down quickly. I'm working out 2 other streams that I do that I haven't done for a while. That's outside the old trivia wake-up stream that we do here every Saturday before Nimmin Live. I'm looking at doing my subscriber Q&A hangout, which would include channel reactions, is what I'm calling them, of course. D is quite amused that I call them channel reactions, so that could be interesting. And also my creator hangout stream, which some of you guys like Midnight Madness and Beanie Draws and a few others have joined in, and where we get together Google Hangout style and just discuss creator stuff. And the first couple that we did went, I think, about 4 hours a piece. Probably going to look to rein those in a bit because my time is limited. I'm back to working 5-day weeks at my full-time job, whereas I was working 4 for quite a while. So we might get some opportunities over the Christmas period once we hit our some of our holiday days that we have around Christmas. I'll have a few extra days off and weekends and extra long weekends over Christmas and New Year. So I might be dropping some streams in that period as well. But I also want to get some editing done. All right, let's get back to the chat, and I want to get one more question in before we wrap up tonight or this morning. Well, it's tonight for me, but it's morning for many of you. All right, here we go. Where are we? Here we go. This is a really long question. What is the name for the military, nobility, and officer caste that existed in medieval and early modern Japan? What is the name for the military, nobility, and officer caste that existed in medieval and early modern Japan? That is the question, and it will be the last question for tonight. So put your answer in the chat right now. Have a guess. If you know the answer, pop the answer in. Look it up online. Whatever you got to do to have a crack, as we say here in Australia. Have a go. You got to be in it to win it. And Shelby's Corner's just joined us. Rude, I did not get a notification. We had technical difficulties, Shelby's Corner, at the beginning of the stream. So the notifications were doubled and tripled and did weird stuff. So by the time I got live, YouTube probably timed out my notification limit because I went live multiple times. So I do apologise for those technical difficulties, which did play around with those notifications. All right, let's hit the answers. I'm just trying to find out where the first answer is. Here we go. Lily Tree is the first in to have a go. And that was not Lily Tree's answer. I'll come back to Beth. I'm working through them sequentially so I don't miss anybody. Lily Tree said samurai. Launchpad Astronomy said samurai. Simply Beth, there's one I didn't click on but came up, said samurai. Midnight Madness is going with samurai as well. Beanie Draw says bushy. I don't know if that's supposed to be an answer or he was referring to something I said. Predictor has also gone with a samurai. Ooh. What's happened there? There we go. Predictor says in Japanese it's bushi. Bushi. You mean they don't say... Well, why do we call it samurai if they call it bushi? Isn't samurai a Japanese word? I have no idea. Do we convert the name of their thing to an English word? How does that work? Interesting. All right, we're going to get ready to reveal the answer. We're not going to linger too long on this one. Not going to linger too long at all. Here we go. And the answer is, a final trivia question of the evening. What is the name for the military nobility and officer caste that existed in medieval and early modern Japan? And the answer is... samurai. So if you said samurai, big pat on the back. Remember all the answers from tonight, this question and all the other questions. I wonder if we can recap these really quick. Should we do a recap at the end so that people know what... No, I reckon... No, if you weren't at the beginning... If you missed the beginning of the stream, missed some questions, and that's your disadvantage. I don't want to put everybody on a level playing field. I think only those who are here for the whole stream should be on that superior playing field. But any question that I did tonight could potentially appear as one tip trivia on Nimmin Live coming up in just over 5 or 6 minutes. That's what it is. Now we need to go over for one last check of that live subscriber count for Nick Nimmin. So let's go have a look at that really quick. And a message pops into my phone the minute I go to that. 299504 is the current. So we're looking for 496 more subscribers to get Nick Nimmin to 300,000 subscribers, which I'm hoping that he will get to sometime tonight in Nimmin Live. So make sure that you share Nimmin Live out. Get everybody, as many people as possible over there. And make sure that they subscribe to his channel. And look, and his subscriber count goes up and down like a yo-yo. I've been watching it all night. Let's head on over to the main screen there. Here I am. So thanks for joining me today. I actually want to finish before Nick and Dee start. I don't want to have to rush to get cut off. So we're going to wrap things up. Thank you so much for coming past. I see Kathy Fit has just popped in, says I'm late a little bit, but that's okay because Nimmin Live's about to start in about 5 minutes. So there's a lot of value happening there. And as Beanie mentioned, there's people going crazy in Nick's pre-stream chat already. So here we go. Here we go. Everyone's saying things. There's a bit of a smiley. Is it a winky face from Shelby's Corner? Winky face. Here we go. Great timing. And I think that was to do with that message that came in. So I'm going to go check that really quick. Hopefully if that's to do with the stream, I better quickly have a look because it could be to do with the stream. It's not to do with the stream. I'm just getting distracted by messages. People message me. Don't message me in the stream, people. All right, here we go. How do we finish this? I think we need to ramp up the background music again. Let's ramp that up. Let's get ready to go. Thank you. This has been Doug from Doug Hewson YouTube, and I'll catch you later. And if I can find my end screen. Where's my end screen?